Hey everybody. Okay, so today we have another cooking class. Today it's going to be something pretty simple. Um, it's something that, if you're on a diet or if you're, really trying to eat healthily, that it's something that you can, that you can still do. And it's relatively inexpensive. So, you don't have to spend a whole lot of money on anything. And I wish I could use the greens out in my backyard for this instead of store-bought greens, but they're not quite there yet. But I will definitely do this again, or some variant of it again, once they're ready to go. But it's basically a salad, and how to make a really good salad. And it promotes health, but it's also really good brain food, and it'll get you going, and it's good roughage, so it keeps your system, kind of feeling healthy as well. So first, what we're gonna do is right here I have a Granny Smith apple. You gotta take the sticker off of there. But this is for crunch and for flavor as well. I like Fuji apples. I like other apples, but Granny Smith. Mostly it's for pies, is what everybody says. But I find there are many uses for a Granny Smith apple, not just pie. And then I have a lemon for dressing. So you don't even need to really dress this with any sort of like ranch or blue cheese or anything like that. A squeeze of lemon can be very good. First thing you want to do, though, whenever you have produce, is you want to wash it off. Make sure that everything's washed very well. And so we're going to wash these off first. I'm going to get my tap going here. I'm going to wash this lemon off. Just make sure that there's no pesticides. And this is actually from somebody's tree from in our neighborhood, but still, things get on things. And then we've got our apple, which did come from the store. So I definitely want to make sure that is washed off. And then I have two different kinds of lettuce. I've got some butter lettuce and radicchio. And then we also have, I think this is a spring mix. Yeah, baby spring mix. Which is good. It's just a mix of different, especially now that it's spring. It's a good thing to have because, these are things that are coming up right now, which is pretty much planted in the garden, as I think I've showed you before. So what we're going to do is then I've got my colander, and again I've got my mise en place. Everything's ready to go, put in its place, ready to start. And I'm going to use all of this mix. And it doesn't want to come all the way up. But it will. But I want to make sure, because this is a salad for two people. I don't know, this seems pretty good. But I'm going to add a little bit more. So this is, does it say it's recyclable? I actually don't see a label saying it's recyclable. It's organic. So, if it doesn't have, oh wait, no, it does. There it is, recyclable. So now I can put this in the recycling. Now I've got a good sized salad already, but what I'm going to want to do is just add a little bit more so that, this is going to be, I'm going to show you that it can be a meal. It doesn't have to be just salad, something that you eat as in preparation for something bigger. Salad can be a meal. And a very good meal at that. But again, since this comes from the store, and we've got that, save the rest of it. But since it does come from the store, I don't know exactly, it comes from my backyard, I would still rinse it off because, it comes from dirt and things like that, and nobody really likes a big chunk of dirt in their salad. Well, some people might, but not quite me. So what I'm going to do is, especially since a lot of times these are kind of sprayed with things, I'm going to make sure, even though it's organic, I'm gonna make sure that we wash it off and make sure that it's nice and clean before we eat. And clean as we go. So I'm going to put the rest of the salad away. And now what we're going to do is we're going to rinse this off. And always on cold water when it comes to salad. You don't want to wilt the lettuce. And warm water would wilt it. And you don't want that. It makes for such not a very nice taste. But you want a colander. Oh, I'm supposed to clean this, but you want a colander. Oh, how that is. All wet anyway. A colander so that it has all the holes and everything in there so that you can make sure that everything drains out. And, it depends on whatever size colander you have. They're just really useful to have around. I'm going to try to shake off as much water as I can. And for me, I don't want too wet of a salad, so I've got some paper towels that I put down here. And I'm going to take this, and I'm going to set it down. Then I'm going to pat it dry. Let's get all of that out of the colander. There we go. Put that in here. Now I need to make sure I keep my dish dry. The wet dish is not the best thing to have. Alright. So let me pan this down a little bit, but as you can see, it's very wet. And that doesn't, it's alright for a salad. But it's much nicer to dry it off and just kind of get all of that moisture out of there. Once that moisture is out of there, you'll have it just tastes so much fresher and it won't be soggy. I don't really like soggy salads. I like a dry salad. But again, if you work in a restaurant or something like that, these are tiny tricks of the trade to make sure that everything ends up tasting well. And especially even for presentation, like you'll be able to see. Whoa, this is breaking apart quite a bit. This is how wet it was. But it's a clean salad. Now if you see this is kind of a slimy piece. We don't want that. So pick and choose your pieces for sure. But we're going to pat this down nice and dry. Make sure everything looks good. And then what we're going to do is transfer it into this bowl. And I'll show you why we want to transfer it into the bowl momentarily. But there we go. Most of the water's been taken up. A little bit of moisture, not so bad. Kind of gives it a glistening look, which is nice. But you don't want it to have I just came out of the the wash sort of look. That's not the look people want for salad. So let me pan up and over. Okay, so we're going to take this right now. I'm going to put it all in here. Now what's good about this, let's see, there's another little soggy piece. You don't want that. And look through as you're going. If you find any soggy pieces, just take it out. And stick with the good ones. The ones that you can see that are good. I wish I had a bigger bowl. Unfortunately, I do not. Here we go. We're going to get all of this in here. And that's pretty much good. That's pretty much what we want. Now, clean as we go, right? So, clean off the oven range. Do it twice. And again, it's just easier if you clean as you go. Because once I'm done, I'll have hardly any dishes to do and nothing really to clean up. And with salad, it's very easy. Like I said, look at this. It's only been about 10 minutes, and we're pretty much done. Now, here's those pieces I don't want. Okay, so we've got everything here, ready to go, ready to mix. But then what we're going to want to do is, I've got a lemon here, like I said, and I've got myself my apple. They're nice and clean. So what we're going to do is take the lemon. I'm just going to chop it in half. And then with the apple, like a lot of people like to core it. You don't have to, really, if you don't want. Just be very careful as you go through. And I'm just going to cut out slices, and it's coring it in its own way. Because eventually these will pop off, and then the middle I'll just be able to cut out, which is the core. See, there we go, and things just kind of fall out. Looks good. So far, so good. Might need a little bit of help right here. Now these two is where the core is. As you can see, we don't want any of those seeds, and we don't want the stem either. So then we just kind of cut them off. Like that. So all the seeds are gone. Now we got ourselves a nice apple. Alright, so we've got this. Raring to go. There's a little piece of stem here. Again, cut it right off. Okay, so I've got myself my lemons, my apples. Now I'm gonna probably, well, this one's kind of big, so I'm gonna cut this a little bit more. And then I'm gonna chop the apples down into smaller, more bite-sized sort of thing. So you can pair them up like I've just done here. Put them together. Let me pan the camera down a little bit so you can see that you can pair them up just like I have here. And then just kind of go through. Boom, boom, boom. And drop those right in the salad. I'm going to pair these two up here. Boom, boom, boom. And you want the slices to be as uniform as possible, so you want them to be about the same size. Oh, this has got a little bit of a stem on it, so we're going to cut that off. Here we go, move this over this way, pair them up. One, oh, slip. Now the thing is this is a whole apple. I don't think I need the whole apple. Because I want all the flavors to come through. I mean, this is going to be nice, but I want all the flavors to come through. So I might just do, well, okay, I can go in there. I can do one more, and the rest of this I'll just eat myself. That's the way to be. So do this one. As uniform a slice as you can get. Boom, 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 boom. Now, what we're going to do, now I saw this trick. And it's a cool trick. So I like to squeeze lemon on top of it for the dressing. And like I said, that's all you really need. But there are seeds in the lemon. And so you don't want those to get in the salad. So what you do is as you squeeze, you just put a colander over it. And just like that, the seeds fall right into the colander. And here's the thing is I'm going to need 2 hands. And I'm gonna whisk this around. I'm gonna make sure that I mix it up so that it looks nice and neat. But right now, look at it. No seeds, because you don't really want those seeds to taste them. And there we go. I'm just gonna mix stuff around. He likes the apple. And basically, that's all the dressing you need. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to salt and pepper it as well right now. And as I salt and pepper it, let me put the camera back. They still want to see the salad. But I'm going to salt and pepper it, and what the good thing about the lemon is it's going to help everything kind of stick. There we go. Not too much salt. I love these grinders, but sometimes, not the greatest. And I'm going to use these just to kind of move stuff around just a little bit. Knock some of that salt and pepper down. And then what I also have here is some olives. Now, I love olives on salad, so it's gonna help counterbalance the sweetness from the apple, especially Granny Smith. And really give it some wonderful flavor. So we're just gonna slice these up real fast. Olive, olive, olive. Now what I usually like to do is, for the first, I'll do kind of these rough cuts. Just straight on through. But then what I want to do as well is you do like a rough cut. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then what you can do is just slice it down the middle. And then move it over and slice it down the middle again. Now these are much smaller slices, and what's good about those is that they will stick to all sorts of the salad. So we're going to do a couple that way as well. Like I said, this is a very healthy way of eating. And it doesn't cost much, which is the beautiful thing about it. Like I said, I got the lemon for free. 1 Granny Smith apple, which doesn't cost very much. And it's good for you. And it can be very tasty, because you can kind of add whatever you want to it. Okay, for this last one, I'm just going to do a rough cut again, just a few slices. Put that in there. Now we're going to want to mix this around so that there are pieces of each of it incorporated into every bite. Wash my hands real fast because I got a lot of olive juice on. Which is fine. I like olives. They're my friends. Yummy, yummy. Right, but they're all on top right now, so we don't want that. We want it to be worked through. A nice, condensed, well-incorporated salad. And like I said, I wish I had a bigger bowl. But as of the moment, I don't. Maybe it's something I should invest in the future. I mean, I do have a bigger one, but it's already being used for something else. Alright, there we go. Okay, so now it's serving time. I'm going to take this, get a little bit on each plate. And you can do this for your family, like just surprise everybody and be like, hey, check out what I did. I did a salad for everybody. And like I said, it's really simple. Just go to the store, buy yourself a little bit of lettuce, a little bit of everything you need. Alright, so now I've got some left over, which is good. Leftovers are good. Bam! Actually, this one needs a little bit more. Let me even this out just a little bit. There we go. Now, I know a lot of you might think this is gross. for me, it's sort of the thing to do when you're making a salad. You take some cottage cheese, and instead of dressing, you use cottage cheese. So you're going to take this cottage cheese and put a dollop on top. And then I've got lemon, salt and pepper, a little bit of apple, and a little bit of cottage cheese to bring it all together. Plating. Make sure I do plating. And there we go. Now just a little bit more salt and pepper on the top of this. Tiny bit. And a little bit of pepper. Just enough to make it look nice. And there you have it. A nice salad for 2 people. And it doesn't take that long to make at all. And it's quite inexpensive. So, I hope you give this a try. And I hope it's something you enjoyed. Ciao for now. I'll talk to you very soon. Okay. Bye.